you can look at a number of studies, no matter what material you look at, no matter what material, for every ton of material we collect and want to reprocess, this negative number is a good thing. So for every ton of aluminium, depending on what data source you take, you're saving 11 tons of CO2 and so on. So we've got something positive to contribute. But actually, in all of this discussion, we lose sight of waste prevention. If you take a basket of materials and you were to apply 10% reduction of those materials across the whole of Scotland's waste, or even the whole of Singapore's waste, we would produce 1 million tonne a year of reduction in CO2 emissions right away. So it isn't just about recycling and getting it back in. If we can get waste minimisation right, waste prevention right, we're also reducing our carbon emissions. So we're winning in all fronts. So I'm just going to finish on our last slide. Sure, is it a dream or a reality? If you want to dream the dream of zero waste and you want to engage in that and get committed to it, that's good. And drive these programs through your communities. The reality is that you don't necessarily have to badge it as zero waste. We've seen in Europe, they are pushing well, they've got integrated strategies and so on. So it's about living that reality, recognizing that cost flows with materials, and as a society we can only afford to go so far. There is laws of diminishing returns in waste management, but there are low-hanging fruits and there are medium-hanging fruits to go for. And zero waste may be the aspiration at the end of the road, but with a long time to go. It may not be our generation that delivers. Okay, so I think I have a slide in my email address. I'm happy to engage in any way whatsoever with you. So if you want to ask me any questions or run a little bit of a discussion, because you don't want to interrupt me, now is your chance. I don't believe, if you guys are all involved in waste, I don't believe you guys don't have any questions. Yeah? This gentleman here.
You mentioned a lot about recycling and composting. I'm curious to know more about reduce and reuse. I mean, that's the first two R before recycling.
Yeah.
You have the last slide on waste prevention.
Yeah.
Will you touch more on what Scotland is doing for reduce and reuse in the zero waste plan? Thanks.
I actually talked about plastic bags. Yeah. We did a life cycle assessment around plastic bags, for instance. I use plastic bags because that's been one of the waste streams that one or two politicians have decided to focus on to try and drive through. So you talk about plastic bags at the shop, and you do a bit of a life cycle analysis on what's going to go on and how behaviour will change. People will move, okay, to reusable, but a lot of people will then want paper bags, for instance, and so on. The win in a plastic bags reduction strategy is of the order of, I can't give the figure, but it's about, you're really talking about 100 to 1,000 tons of impact on waste reduction. Those bags are pretty functional, and we're using them. We're even reusing them in the home in some ways. So I think the problem for waste reduction is that we've not got it. The problem for waste reduction is that we haven't got it right. We jump to where we think we can impact on. Government controls municipal waste authorities. So government says, we can make you guys accountable, therefore we're going to target you in our recycling strategy. So they don't look at the commercial businesses. because they don't want to put a burden on commercial. But they can work with local authorities. It's true of recycling. We can focus on the things that we can feel and see and do. What I can say, in terms of waste reduction though, is that we have national agreements that have come along. One is the COTOLS agreement, where major retailers, supermarkets and the like, have agreed to reduce, well, they agreed to reduce their packaging by 25%. So if you go to a supermarket now, you will see small watch strap packaging in ready-made products. Yeah, so it's quite narrow. There's a reduction in cardboard used, and so on. Yeah, we still have Easter eggs with very elaborate packaging, chocolate Easter eggs. Yeah, you can go to a supermarket now and just buy it with a foil on. So supermarkets are delivering on waste reduction. Yeah. Problem with supermarkets is you have, I don't know if you have this concept of bog off, buy one get one free. Yeah. You have this concept. Yeah. Some people, some colleagues of mine run food waste collection programs. Yeah. And I was looking at the data from their weekly collection, and the food waste is like this. This is the amount of food waste they've collected that week. So it goes like this in the graph. 1 week had a lot of food. And what that was about, I asked the question, why you got that figure there? Oh, that was the pineapple week. That was buy one, get one free from Tesco. It may not be Tesco, I don't want to, it may be Morrison's. So, businesses and retailers are having to sell. If buy one, get one free delivers for them, and you as consumers want that, and they know you want that, because they understand you better than you think they understand you, they will give you that. What Tesco's will do, or other they will work very, very hard with their supply chain. So we have a food and drink program in Scotland where our little manufacturers need to be they need Tesco's as a client. And Tesco's will say, you've got to start reducing your carbon emissions by this. And you've got to give me the evidence. And by the way, you're taking responsibility, not me. And so on. So supply chain is an issue around waste, recycling, and prevention. But overall, about waste prevention, we haven't yet solved the problem. Because the problem is, once you don't produce it, how do you know? Yeah? Our waste has dropped by 7% over the past year. Our total waste generated, recycling and landfill and incineration. And it's strongly linked to the economy. When you're in a recession, your waste is dropping as well. So how do we know when we have successful prevention programs? Difficult, but data is key. Okay, any other questions? I can tell you how much cheaper that guitar was in Singapore, I tell you. It was a bargain. In fact, there's a competition downstairs. Did you see that as you come in? Write a song, a green song. Yeah, did you see the lady with the guitar? Not that good. Anyway, sorry.